Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Eldritch Horror. Last time I actually made a mistake, as some viewers have pointed out. When I fought this Lang spider, it was written that I have to pass the horror check before I can do a combat check, and if I don't make it, I cannot go on doing the combat check. So I thought, because this thing has a horror of 2, I had to roll 2 successes to pass the test. And I didn't make that for about, I don't know, 200 turns or something like that. So I didn't manage to fight that spider. Well, actually I was wrong. I only needed 1 success to pass the test, and it would be fine. I would have lost I would have lost 1 sanity if I only had 1 success, but technically I would have passed the test, so I would have been allowed to fight the spider, yeah, a lot of rounds before. But whatever, I mean, it's gone now, and just want to point that out. So, let's see what we can do now. There is... I think I'm going to start with Charlie Kane. And I got a problem. I want to get rid of this flying polyp here. He's on top of that gate here in Tokyo, which is pretty bad, because this is the place where you can defeat monsters. So I cannot get rid of him this way. And it's a gate with this blue symbol, which appears more often during the game, so we better want to close that. Well, Lily proved pretty competent in fighting big monsters, so she's gonna try that, I guess. But first, Charlie might try to give her some better equipment here. So he's gonna roll 4 dice to buy some acid here. And yeah, that's bad now. No success. That sucks. And he cannot reroll because he has lost his ally. That's kind of a problem now. I'm not sure what to do now. Okay, well, I think I have to live with that. I don't want to fight that monster in this condition, I guess. Although I'm not sure. I'm not that bad. I still might give it a try. So I think I will allow Lily, with the special ability of Charlie, to perform a rest action. So that gives her 1 health and 1 sanity. Okay, that was his action. And then it's Marie. Now what is she gonna do? Well, I think for now, I'm simply going to travel twice. I can do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to move here and then here to Shanghai. So maybe I can resolve that mystical event here. And then it's Lily, so she has now 2 actions left, and with the first action she's going to try to read De Vermis Mysteriis, so she can roll 2 dice, Yeah. Oh, by the way, when she did that rest action, she can try to read the markings here. So she can roll a die. And she was successful. That was pretty awesome. So now she can actually see what happens. A lost treasure. You decrypt the passage of arcane text etched along the inside of a ring. As you whisper the words to yourself, you can feel the incantation empowering your senses. When the magic has run its course, you feel unstoppable. Gain 1 focus or spend 2 focus to improve 1 skill of your choice. Then flip this card. That's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the focus because I only have 1 focus, which is a little sad. If I have known that earlier. But okay. So that was part of my rest action. Now I'm going to test, I'm going to read De Vermis Mysteriis. So I have 2 lore here. And I didn't make it. Now, sorry for that. Not sure what to do here. Should I try the attack right away? Should I reroll the die? I'm tempted to do so. Yeah, I think I will reroll the die. And I didn't make it, and well, then I'm gonna do it a second time, of course. Shit. Unlucky here. No successes. Okay, so I'm not doing that great. It's now Leo, and well, he's holy moly, I'm not even sure what to do. It's starting to get a little complex with all these items. I think, well, first of all, I'm simply going to do a focus action, I guess. Second of all, I might simply take or try to take another ally with 2 influence, and again I didn't make it. So that's it. That's the end of this action phase. Now we come to the encounter phase, and again trying to have some positive encounter in Buenos Aires here. And by the way, I actually forgot Lily's second action. So she's going to move here and try to fight that polyp. I mean, who cares? Now let's see. Yeah, it's going to be fine, I guess. Well, Charlie, yeah. So, it's this one again. The shop is robbed while you are browsing. You attempt to fend off the thieves. He's pretty unlucky in shops. So let's see what he can do. He only has a strength of 2. Oh, this time he was successful. If you pass, the store owner is very gracious. Gain 1 item asset from the reserve or 1 random item asset from the deck. Now that's pretty cool. Do we want something? A spirit dagger. Maybe that's not such a bad idea, but I'm not gonna fight much. Huh. So what is it I want to do? Maybe I'm going to draw that random asset. I think I will. So what is it? A blunderbuss. When resolving a combat encounter, you may gain +2 strength. If you do, each 6 you roll when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter counts as 2 successes, and each 1 negates 1 success. Well, okay, we'll see about that. I probably won't use it, but that's okay. Now it's Marie, and she's now here on this mystical site, mystical location, and that's the Great Wall of China. It is said that the wall was built in part to defend against a cult of undying Cthulhu worshippers who reside in the mountains of China. You search this legendary area for signs of the cult. Okay, so we only have a 2, an observation value of 2. And is that a research encounter? Actually, I don't think so. No. So, let's see what we get. No success. The cult floods your mind with horrific images. Lose 1 sanity. The nightmares continue for weeks. So that's a will test, and again we only have 2. And again, no successes here. Holy shit. If you fail, you can no longer sleep, lose 1 health. It's not good. So we definitely have to rest here. And as you can see, the next mythical area is actually in Panama. So maybe that's a good place for Charlie. Okay, then it's Lily, and she's now going to fight that polyp. That's not going to be easy, but let's see. So first, we got to do a will check. So we got a -1. We have a will of 5, 6, and -1 is again 5. So let's hope for the best. Oh my goodness, this is hard to believe. No successes here. So that cost us 2 sanity. Oh man, that's painful. I'm really not very lucky. Well, okay. Then we can fight. We got 4 strength plus 2. Gives me 6. There we go. Well, actually that's not true. I had to subtract 2, but okay, I mean, I wouldn't have made it anyway. Very, very bad. So I lose 2 health. And I think it would be a good idea to move away and prepare a little better. Oh man. Shit. So now it's him, Leo, and I expect now a lot from him. He's probably the best guy now. So we got to fight this cultist here. Okay, so he has a horror value of 2, equal to the number of Eldritch tokens over there. And Leo has a will of 3. Then we can add 1 from the missionary and another 1 because this thing happens in a wilderness. So we have 5 dice. And of course, no successes. Why should we? We got 4 times a 1, that's cool. What we can do though is we can re-roll 2 of these dice because of these gambler's dice. And again, no success. In addition, we can roll another die because of this Vatican missionary. And he didn't make it. So again, our horror value is just completely terrible. What does that mean? Well, that means I'm gonna actually spend a focus. Try another one. And no way. Oh boy, what is it with this guy? So I'm gonna lose 2 sanity. Great. Now I'm gonna fight the cultist, and he's got a toughness of 3, but only 1 left because I only did 2 wounds to him. So we got a strength of 3, plus 1 for the wilderness, plus 4. So that these are 8 dice. I know it's going to be close because, yeah, it's Leo, but let's try it anyway. Yeah, 1 success actually. I'm proud of you. So, he managed to kill the cultist, finally. And now, after a long time, he can actually try to close that gate. So let's hope for the best here. It goes to Lost Carcosa at an elaborate masquerade. Oh, by the way, before we do that, we can play this card. When you defeat a monster with toughness 3 or more during a combat encounter, you may discard this card to retrieve Doom by 1. That's something we want to do. Okay. Now let's see. At an elaborate masquerade, you talk to decadent partygoers who are all maneuvering to be declared as the proper heir to the crown. Okay, so we only have an influence of 2, which is not too impressive. Now here's the thing. I'm on a wilderness space. So I guess I can roll an extra die. It's an interesting question. I mean, I'm also in another world, but it doesn't say on wilderness encounters or something. It just says if you are on a wilderness space. And I am on a wilderness space. So I think I can roll an additional die here. So I got 3 dice. And this time I actually made it. 2 successes. Believing that you can help him, a quest attempts to bribe you, gain 1 artifact. Seeing this, the queen demands that you unmask. She questions you relentlessly in an attempt to discover what you've learned. Become delayed unless you spend 2 clues. If you spend the clues, you gain her favor. Close this gate. Well, sadly, I cannot do it because I don't have that many clues. But I gain an artifact, which is great too. So that's Satchel of the Void. You cannot gain Lost in Time and Space condition unless you choose to. Action. Look at the top gate in the gate stack. Gain 1 clue if that gate corresponds on the current omen. Well, I don't know. It's not that great, actually. Oh, boy. Is there any way to get a clue? I don't think so. What is that? Ah, look at that. If you defeat a monster during a combat encounter, recover 1 sanity and gain 1 clue. Okay, now this is possible. I could recover a sanity and gain a clue. Now here's the thing. I could actually close that gate. This is possible now because I got that silver key. Problem is, I cannot place a clue token here on the mystery if I do so. So I'm really not sure if this is something I want to do. I think not. Shit. Yeah. No. I won't do that. I won't close that gate. But I got the artifact. At least something. Maybe next turn. Okay, so that was a pretty bad turn. And we're gonna see... we're gonna see the Mythos card now. So this thing moves on down here where we have this red gate, and there is no red gate right now on the map, I think. So what happens is there is no monster search, but we have to spawn another gate. Now this is a red one, and it shows up in Shanghai. And then we have to spawn a monster here. What is that? A Proto-Shoggoth. That's a tough one. Okay, well. And then we can spawn 2 clues. So the first one is in Tunguska. And the second one in Buenos Aires. Okay. So, calling the Elder Things. According to the police report, several individuals entered the warehouse in the middle of the night. They performed some sort of ritual which culminated in their death. What you know that the police don't is that afterward something inhuman left that warehouse. Spawn 1 monster in each space that contains a cultist monster. I'm not sure if there is one, actually. Yes, there we have one. And that is a warlock. Well, okay. This guy is not too bad. Okay, so that could have been worse, actually. Still, we've lost another turn. It's as simple as that. Okay, so let's try this again. Oh, man. Now what about her? Okay. Well, what are we going to do first? I think I'm gonna try another acquire asset action with Charlie Kane. 4 dice. And this time I got a success, which is good. So I can now buy the Holy Spear. Okay, that gives her plus 4 dice during combat encounters. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that should be good. Now, and then he's going to do another influence roll to get rid of this debt. Well, he took a debt condition, otherwise he could not get that spear. And he's going to roll 4 dice to get rid of this debt condition. And he made it. Very good. So that was his turn then. And okay. So it's now Marie Lambeau. Well, what is she gonna do? Okay, so I guess Marie Lambeau, she wants to move out of this area to Shanghai, where she can rest. Because she's in a pretty bad shape. And she can now try to read the stone tablet. So she has 2 dice to do that, and she didn't make it. That's fine. Anything else? Nope, I don't think so. So that was basically her action. Lee. And, well, what is she gonna do? She cannot rest. She's in a pretty bad shape too. But on the other hand, I mean, she's really powerful. She could do a focus action. Okay, I'm gonna do a focus action here. I mean, if things go completely wrong, I can start burning my clue tokens. So, sadly, I don't have anything left here so that I could kind of shift it or something with my special ability. I cannot even read this because I would lose a sanity to improve a skill, and that's too risky. I want to keep my 2 sanity at least. So I think I'm done here. I'm not gonna move away. I still try to kill that thing. Okay, and what about Leo? Well, he's gonna take a focus token and then once again try to gain an ally, and he didn't make it. Well, okay. This is it. We come to the encounter phase, and it's again this guy here in Buenos Aires. So he's gonna draw a regular encounter. Grifters have chosen you to be their next mark. You plan on turning the tables with a few tricks of your own. So we got to do an observation test -1. So we got 2 dice here, and we didn't make it. So if you fail, they swindle you. Discard 1 item possession and 1 trinket possession. So that means we got to discard the blunderbuss. That's not great, but it's not that terribly bad. Okay, Marie is also in a city, so she also takes a regular city encounter, or general city encounter. This city is home to an exclusive club for world travelers. You try to convince them that granting you a membership would be a prestigious feather in their cap. So that is influence -1. We have a pretty good influence value here, so that means we can roll 4 dice. And we made it. If you pass, the other members will graciously help you with your future travel plans. Gain 1 ship ticket and 1 train ticket. That might be useful. Okay. So it's Lena, and it's going to be interesting. Let's hope we don't die or go insane. But I'm still optimistic here. So we have a will of 5, 6 -1 is still 5 dice. So come on. And we made it. We made at least 1 success. So we lose 1. It's getting a little close here. But we're still fine for now. And then we have to fight this monster. And we have now... We got 8 dice. -2. So there are 6. Where is... Yeah, there we go. Okay, these are 3 successes. Now that's pretty cool. That nearly killed the monster. Maybe if we're lucky. I think we should now start spending a few tokens. So I spend my first focus token here. And I made it! Yes! 4 successes. Awesome. I killed that stupid polyp. Now that's cool. I mean, I'm close to death, but still, I think that was definitely pretty cool. Okay. Now, and now it's me again, actually, and I can try to close that gate. And yes, I want to try it. I know it's also a little risky, but I'm strong. I can do that. I mean, let's see. To the Dreamlands. In the cavern of flame, the bearded priests Nasht and Kamantar warn you that it is too dangerous to continue. You insist that you possess the knowledge you need and are resolved to enter the dreamlands. So we have to do a will test, -1, roll 1 additional die for each clue you have. Now we have 3 dice and 5 wills, so that should be possible. So that would be, and no, that's only during combat encounters. So we got 5 will -1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So come on, that's not so bad. We definitely can do this. Oops, yeah, these were 3 successes, so no doubt here. After gaining access to the Dreamlands, you find yourself fighting moon beasts on a black galley sailing to the moon. So now we got to pass a a fight test or a strength test, and we got 4 dice here. Oh, come on. It's not a combat encounter, sadly, but still, we can do that. And we didn't. Okay, what does that mean? Well, that means that we're starting to burn our clue tokens. Ah, shit. It says here, if you fail, you become lost, lose 2 health. And we cannot afford to do that. So we have now 2 clue tokens left here. And that means we're going to spend the first one. And we're going to spend the last one. Now this sucks. Let's hope for the best here. Come on. Shit. That's it. She's dead. If you fail, you become lost in a forest on the moon. Lose 2 health and become delayed. Well, bad luck here. Okay. So she screwed up, and but Marie might get a chance to go there and maybe gain some of these items here. And actually I moved the Doom track 1 space closer to darkness. Now it's her. It's him, it's Leo, and he's going to try to close that gate. To Yugoth, you discover a waxen mask and artificial hands. Your mind reels as you realize that the old man you had spoken to earlier was actually some terrible creature disguised as a human. So we have here 5 dice to do the will test. And we made it. You realize now that the old man's words carry a secondary meaning. You attempt to decrypt what he said. So we got to do a will test here, and that's not going to be easy, or lore test. We only have a lore of 2. We're in a wilderness space, that makes it 3. We have that ally, which makes it 4. And we can re-roll this test. Yeah, okay. So that's okay, I guess. Yes, we're successful here. If you pass, you understand the man's implied instructions. Close this gate. Cool. There we go. The gate is closed. That was pretty important, because otherwise 2 of that kind would have been really not good. So that one is closed, and that means we can discard a spell and a clue token, and we're going to use the silver key for that. And that means that we can actually place another clue token here on the unearthly piping. So that brings us a little closer to solving the secret. Still, we're not done here. So let's draw a Mythos card. Okay, that's a good one. So first this thing moves on, and by the way, I forgot. Shit, I forgot that. There is now a 3rd Eldritch Horror marker there. That's important because that means there are 3 Eldritch tokens on the red space of the Omen track. Flip this sheet. So I should have done that earlier, but okay, I mean, means I cheated a bit, I guess. So we got to do this effect. The portal opens. Place one clue on this sheet for each solved mystery, then shuffle the Mystic Ruins encounter deck. Okay, so let's see. We have to seal the portal. Final mystery. The solar eclipse has begun. Yeah, we can definitely see that here. Shrouding the earth in darkness. Azathoth's gaze falls upon humanity. Only the power left behind by those who once fought the outer gods can close the portal. As an encounter, investigator on the Mystic Ruins space may draw and resolve a sealing the portal special encounter. At the end of a Mythos phase, if there are clues on this sheet equal to half the investigators plus 2, the final mystery has been solved and investigators win the game. Okay, I don't get that. Just a second. I see. Place one clue on this sheet for each solved mystery. What? Okay, so that means, I guess, that we have to solve 4 mysteries. To be successful. To solve the final mystery. Huh. But what is it with with the portal? What? Let's see. When an investigator is defeated or devoured, that player is not eliminated. That's a good thing. When the omen advances to the red space of the omen track, shuffle the Mystic Ruins encounter deck. I see, okay. When doom advances to 0, investigators lose the game. Yeah, that was to expect. This thing is triggered if there are no gates on the game board that correspond to the current omen. Advance the omen by 1. Okay. Okay, I'm still not so sure. Well, the cultists are the same, basically. What? No. The horror is now even worse. And they do now more damage. But I'm not sure about this sealing the portal mystery. That's... Well, I see. This is probably one of these special encounters over here. So that's something we might want to try. I'm not sure if that helps. Maybe that allows us to place one clue on this sheet. I'm not sure about it, but we might give that a try. For example, Charlie Kane might do it. Not sure if that's the best idea, but he could try it. Okay, so we'll see about this what exactly that all means. The good thing is this player is not devoured. Okay. Or not eliminated. So, we flipped that card. We advanced this thing here, and that means that the Doom track moves on a single space. Then, in addition, we have to trigger some effects here. And we start... where do we start, actually? Oops, monsters on the game board. Let's see. So there is the Warlock, for example. Roll 1 die on a 1 or 2. The nearest investigator gains a cursed audition. Well, that sucks. Fuck! Sorry for that, but that is really cool. Oh, shit. Okay, now this is this condition here. Only 6 is count as successes on your tests. So it's probably not the best idea now to start fighting these monsters here. Roll a die on a 4, 5, or 6, discard this card. And this card is triggered right now. That's interesting. Okay, we'll see about that. Now where are we? Get over there. So that was the first monster. And then we have this one here. Discard the nearest clue. So that is the one in Tunguska. We have the cultist. No special ability for the cultist. We have the Proto-Shoggoth. Move this monster 1 space toward the nearest investigator. Then an investigator on this space immediately encounters this monster. Great. Okay, so that is her now. And well, she's not so great in fighting. Now first she's got to do a horror check. What is that? Okay, she's got only a will of 2. No modifiers. And she's got 1 success, so that means she loses 1 health. That's okay for now. Then she's got to fight that monster. And she has a -1 modifier there. Well, she could now actually use her Storm of Spirits. When resolving a combat encounter, we may resolve a lore test in place of the strength test using the same test modifier. So that's what I'm going to do. I have +2, -1. So overall that's... Is that so? Yeah, I think so. So that means we got a +1 in lore. So that means 4 dice. And we got 2 successes. Now that's pretty cool. Let's see. The spirits siphon the creature's life force, feeding it to you. If you defeat the monster, recover 1 health or 1 sanity. What? I'm not sure what that means. Well, I think it simply means that I basically lose 1 health, but I did 2 wounds. And if I would have defeated the monster now, I could heal, which is not the case. So overall, that wasn't terribly successful. Would it make sense to reroll this thing or so? Maybe. But that's gonna be not so easy. Okay, I lose 1 health, so I'm pretty heavily wounded here. And I'm afraid if the internal injury is triggered now, I might die. But I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Okay, well. So that was this encounter here. And these were, by the way, a few clue tokens from Lily. So let's see what happens next. Do we have any more monsters on the board that got triggered? I don't think so, actually. So the next thing that happens is the Ancient One sheet. If there are no gates on the game board that correspond to the current omen, advance the omen by 1. Well, that's not the case. Okay, what else? Well, then it's Mythos cards. That's not happening. And we have the possessions and conditions now. Okay, so, well, I think we can roll again for the cursed condition. If we're lucky and roll a 4, 5, or 6, it will go away. And that's not the case. Bad luck here. So, we can roll for the mysterious idol. No, we actually cannot roll. We can do the observation test. And we have a 3. Now let's see, we got an observation of 3 plus 1. That's 4. Yeah, okay. 4 dice. And we have a success here. So that means we can recover 1 sanity. That's very good. Because I'm not in the best shape here. Okay, what else happens? We have here the hunted condition. So we can test observation here. And we made it, so nothing happens. The paranoia. We got a will of 2, which we have to test. And again we made it, so we're doing good. The internal injury now, I'm a little afraid of that. We'll see what happens. Oh, that was a bad roll. Oh no. We didn't make it. Well, what does that mean? I'm afraid we have to find out. The pain rises to a crescendo, knocking you off your feet. Yeah, that's it. When you finally regain consciousness, the floor is covered in blood. Lose 3 health. Okay, so I died from my eternal injuries. And that's not a good thing, obviously. But still, there might be a way to get all this stuff back. It's a little sad though. Okay, so that wasn't exactly a very successful round. The doom marker moves on another space. We have to spawn a gate in Buenos Aires. Have to draw a monster there. The serpent people, they move to the Amazon. Okay. Well, it's not that great. Let's see what happens. Across the globe, well, it says the world fights back. Across the globe, headlines announce terrors that threaten to engulf humanity. Individuals everywhere take action against these horrors and assist those who have already been fighting the Ancient One. Yeah, well, that's a little late now. Each investigator may do one of the following. That sucks so badly. I mean, now we have only 2 left. Shit. Recover 2 health, recover 2 sanity, discard 1 monster. Okay, well, it's not bad, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to recover here 2 sanity. That's definitely cool. So we are back at 5 sanity. That's amazing. And this guy, well, what is he going to do? He's going to recover also 2 sanity, I guess. That brings him up to 6. That was so unlucky, man. I would have been in a much better shape if I could have healed these 2. But okay, that's bad luck. But at least something. Okay, so I think it's time now to load this up We're gonna find 2 new investigators here. Yeah, not sure how to evaluate the situation. I mean, I think I was pretty unlucky during the last turns, and my very great start that I had when I wrote really fantastic, yeah, it's kind of gone. Anyway, there is still a chance to come back, and maybe if we find some good characters, yeah, I think it's still possible. The main problem that I have, apart from these 2 dead people, is the curse. We definitely have to get rid of that, because until then, I'm afraid that Leo is not able to attempt to fight all these monsters. It's simply doesn't make any sense. You could try to solve that expedition encounter though, but yeah, let's see about that. And yeah, that's basically it for now, I guess.